getting rather hot now, seriously hot, around about the high 20s as we headed south from Austria into Slovenia. We still hadn't got to any dirt roads yet, there was plenty of that to come, but we just enjoyed the lovely rolling hills of this eastern nation with a turbulent past. So we're just making our way up the Slovenian Tet, which is all tarmac so far, and we're just stopping past this little place here, which is the remnants of First World War trenches and tunnels. A little desk, that's where the officers sat. The temperature was now creeping up. It was well into the 30s, and as we passed down through Slovenia into Croatia, Chris was really feeling the heat. So much so he cooled his butt off in a stream, much to the amusement of others.
That for me, darling? Is it your last one? Yes. Oh, thank you.
So we pushed forever south onwards towards our next camp, and on the way we passed hundreds, literally hundreds of Harley Davidson riders who were heading down to the annual hog rally that was being held in Croatia that year. Finally I arrived solo at our designated campsite after being separated from the others, which was just across the bay from the rather boisterous hog rally. Before we knew it, we were all behaving like silly little teenagers for a well-deserved cool-off.
Really? No, a few seconds. It's not. It's lovely. Lovely. This is about out of my shower. Fucking please. Stay on there for a bit. Dave should be alright. If you go just about there, I've just had a piss. It should be warmer.
So after our silly frolicking in the water, we felt a lot more refreshed, had something to eat, and then we started to talk about the next day, which was going to be the start of the ACT Croatia. Yesterday we travelled down from Austria, went through Austria, went to Slovenia, all through Slovenia, beautiful countryside, tried the Slovenian Tet, which actually turned out to be tarmac all the way. Then we went down into Italy briefly, and then we crossed the border into Croatia. I lost the guides yesterday somewhere in Italy, so I actually rode down on my own, but I met him up at the campsite. He's pointing down there. Met him at the campsite, and that's where we stayed last night. So we're just off on our way for the very first leg of the Croatian ACT. We're heading off to our start point on what you might call day 1 out of 5. So let's see how we get on. In the front. Right, we're okay, Chris.
Coming?
Yeah, I'm coming up.
Okay, I'm just rolling first.
Yeah, I'm behind you, mate. It just felt really, it just felt like I had no control.
Yeah, it's just that you're going from stiff to loose. So you think, oh, what's that? What's that?
Yeah, but every time I hit a bloody rock, it was like hitting the rims.
It's just the loose stuff underneath moving, I think.
I'm just wondering if that 30 psi in the front's enough, you know. It's an
What did I say I'm at? 32, 33?
It's an horrible clunk, isn't it, though? It's not a nice sound at all.
What? 33 for tomorrow.
If I had a choice, I'd like to lower them, but
Loaded though, aren't you?
the thing is, there's a mixture in there. You've got some fine stuff, gravel, and then you've got some gnarly bloody rocks sticking up.
Yeah.
Embedded rocks, some of them. I cannot see diddly fucking shit. Somebody's just give me a little bit of a spray.
Nearly back to my old self there.
Yeah, taking a photograph, I think. It's an old track, isn't it?
Group connection lost.
Well, getting out on the trails, day one was absolutely fantastic. We was going through a lot of wooded areas, and it was just fantastic views, some great riding. But we was also very mindful that we were actually travelling through what was an old war zone. There were still active minefields scattered around, so we were very cautious about riding off the trail. We had strict instructions from the ACT designers to say do not venture off the gravel tracks or the roads, because there are live mines still scattered around, which is a sad fact of war, unfortunately. Well, we're just coming to the end of the first day on the ACT Croatia. So this is the final leg of day one, and it's been pretty much dust on all the trails.
Very dusty, yeah.
And it's been pretty hard going. Just getting into it now, getting into the swing of it. Chris has crashed. Didn't you, mate? You pulled in, yeah.
Crashed.
No, you were just pulling in, really, waiting for us.
I just went into the bush to see what that smelled like.
That's right. Yeah.
Overshooting the pool. I blame you for that. I do. I really do, because you created such a cloud. I couldn't even see the bed.
And now I'm at the back filming, just to let everybody know what it looks like. Yeah, it's hard work. It looks like we've, like in the country westerns, dusting down our horses after trucking across the frickin' desert for hundreds of miles, and the
high plains.
The high plains. But it's been a bit of a problem for us. We still haven't got the comms sorted out, so that's a little bit of an issue occasionally. But we are learning to live with that one. Bikes are holding up. I think if anything's going to fall off, it will have been today.
Should have done. Yeah, it should have fallen already.
It's already.
We've had one puncture.
Oh, one puncture, yeah, which was pretty much the fucking Formula 1 pit stop. Incredible.
Yeah. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, isn't it?
Simon the Scoutmaster was straight in there with his tools.
I think I've got my punch badge now.
In fact, I took my...
Simon's going to award me my punch badge. Whoa!
That was a big rock. But yeah,
that's exactly how I crashed in the Pyrenees, that was, with a rock like that.
That's all it takes, mate. That'll knock you over left or right 6 or 7 inches, throw your balance off and you're gone. If you look carefully though, Chris, on this road, you can see like a curbside and cobbles.
Yeah.
So I think it might have been an old military road or something.
Quite possibly, yeah. I thought we've seen quite a few of them on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a track, eh? What a track!
What a way to finish the day off. Good morning. This is day 6 of our Croatian adventure, and we're currently staying on a lovely campsite, though it is full of freaking frogs who don't stop talking to each other all night long. Those reading. But yeah, it is 7 o'clock in the morning and it is already, I'd say, about 25 degrees. It is scorching. But yesterday we had a lovely ride from our last stop, which was the starting point of the ACT, day 1. And that was rather a noisy evening. Last night was a rather noisy evening. I don't know what's worse, Hells Angels and motorbikes screeching and heavy rock, or frogs. Both keep you awake. But yes, it was a scorching hot day yesterday. Big issue with the dust. Dust is everywhere. It's like talcum powder. It's fine. Gets in everything. It's in your straps, in your hair. Yeah, anyway, so today's plan is to try and gobble up day 2 and part of day 3 of the ACT, because day 3 is a particularly long day, and I think it's something like 280 k's or something like that. We don't want to be doing that in this heat, so we're going to try and crack on and do a little bit of day 3 of the ACT as well, and then have a little camp down by the coast. But yeah, we're having a great time. Well, by now the dust was pretty unbearable. I wasn't wearing my goggles, but my eyes were streaming, and it really saps your concentration, with a predictable result.
Down, down, down.
Oh, I'll be right. Just give me a second.
They're coming back.
Tell you what, I went straight down on my elbow.
Yeah?
Lucky I had those pads on.
Cool, yeah.
Okay, mate. Next thing is, I think I'm alright, a bit winded.
Good.
Got a bit of an headache. Let's see what damage the bike's got. So it's full. Look right here.
What was it?
That.
Ah, the soft stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a small crash, it's nothing dramatic, but I landed quite awkwardly on my right shoulder and my right hip. But my right shoulder, between my shoulder blades, I knew I had a problem. I had aggravated an old injury from a few years back, and this particular injury to my spine between my shoulder blades was going to plague me for the rest of our trip. Falling off of motorbikes on these trails, well, it's all part of the fun, and it's all part of the package. It's something you have to accept. You just hope you don't really cause yourself a bad injury. But one thing I wasn't expecting, and something I really didn't need, was nearly losing my eye by hitting a branch. Right, just for you riders out there, you might think it's cool to ride with your visors up or chattering. I've just come up this trail, took it wide, missed the big rock there, and then I hit that fucking great big pole branch that ripped my visor straight out my helmet. So, little lesson be learnt. Thank you, Chris. Well done. I must have fucking scared him. I don't know, he stayed on that. One of the things I really miss when travelling solo, of which I do quite a lot, is the banter with your fellow riders. My colleagues were all great characters. Each of them had their own tales and quite often good advice. But as we proceeded south through Croatia towards our next point, which was a ferry port, we had stopped at quite a few watering holes, including this one, because the heat was quite immense. And it was at this particular cafe that I removed my leg wallet. And I left it behind, and it did incur around about an 80-mile round trip to find it again. Well, I'm at the port of Split. I'm at the port of Split. Yes, let's kind of start this off. We're heading down to Split. We missed a little bit of the ACT out because we wanted to get the 5 o'clock ferry, so we thought we'd go down for the countryside from the end of the day 3 ACT. I think it was halfway through day 4 on the ACT. We thought we'd go and catch the ferry at 5 o'clock, so we skipped a little bit, started heading down. Then I realised, shock horror, that my wallet that's strapped to the side of my leg wasn't actually there. It wasn't just my wallet, but a passport as well. So I thought this is the petrol station. So I've just travelled back north to the petrol station as fast as I possibly could, because without the passport it's game over. You know, I'm screwed. It's also a Sunday. So off I go. As I said to the guys, hopefully I'll catch up with you later, but they got to the ferry, missed it by the way, so and then I went on to the petrol station, and I got there, we sat there, looked for all the CCTV, they couldn't see it. I'm wearing the bloody thing. When I was knocked on the CCTV, I'm actually wearing the wallet around my leg, and I thought, that's it, game over. I've lost it on the trail that afternoon. So I was sat there with my head in my hands, a little bit despondent, thinking about an action plan of how to get my passport from the British consulate or whatever. But I was thinking about maybe checking into a hotel or something that night, but again I thought, how can I do that? I haven't even got a flipping passport, because they take your passport when you check in. So I'm getting a little bit worried about this. Like, Chris, you listen to this, man.
A bit more than listening.
So I
Wait till you watch that back.
yeah, so I'm what? What have you been doing? So, have I got to do it again or what?
No.
Jokers, these guys. So I get to the petrol station, it wasn't there, and I thought, that's it, game over. Then I got a text from the guys saying, what about the cafe where we stripped off and had a beer, which no one spoke about, which was sort of like halfway between where I just travelled. So I shot back there as quick as I can. Cafe was still open, and bingo, it was there, it was still there. The lady was looking after it for me, give her 20 bucks, thanked her very much, and I bombed down here thinking I was late to the port where I'm going to pick up the ferry to go over to Hvar, which is day 5 of the AC Pyrenees, and we're going to spend a couple of days over here, a couple of nights rather, and yeah, we're back on track. But I do feel a bit of a prat. Yeah, never ever take your wallet off in a cafe, because you just might leave it behind. So long story short, we're back here, we're on the port now. I actually got here an hour early, I didn't realise, after all that rushing. The guys missed the ferry, by the way, so they're still here, so we're all together again. And 2-hour crossing now to Hvar. It's going to be a bit late, 8:30 is I think the time we get there. Then we've got, I think he's booked a campsite, then a beer. But yeah, what an afternoon. I don't think that ever happens. Alright, catch you later. Well, we've finally arrived at the island of Hvar, and it's such a beautiful place. We had a great campsite among the forest right next to the lovely bay there, but we decided we was a little bit battered and bruised, covered in dust, a little bit fatigued, and we actually stayed here for 2 nights as it was such a nice place to have a little bit of a explore around this beautiful island. Day 5, nice and early, and we are off on the ACT day 5 from the castle, which intersects part of the route. So we're just going to head on to the route proper, as it were. Beautiful morning. We had a bit of rain last night. Look, actually quite a big thunderstorm, a lot of wind. Thankfully no damage, but it really did blow across the campsite last night, and it absolutely pissed it down with rain. But the upside is it might keep the dust down on the trails. So we've had a real big problem with dust, but especially on the tail end of the four of us. You can literally see diddly swat. Very dangerous in some places. Worse than riding in fog, of course. And it also fills your air filters up. So, yeah, day 5, Hvar Island. We're going to make our way south to the southern tip of the island, where we pick up the ferry back to the mainland, and then from there on we head on to Dubrovnik. Hopefully not too much of a tough day today, but we shall see. So here we are on the final Croatian leg in the beautiful island of Hvar. After spending a few nights resting in a fabulous campsite, we hit the trails. The information from the ACT team was to stay on the trails because of mines and be prepared for spiders, you know, as the webs cross the trails and they crawl up the web and into your clothes, giving you a nasty bite. I'm taking you don't like being tan Charlie then, boy?
Oh, I just had the pebble in me then.
You just like me filming your ass. Don't make no mistakes now, Chris.
Are you filming?
No pressure, mate.
I don't suffer with that.
No, I've noticed. No shame.
I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's done it, he's done it.
Well,
cross into my ruck.
whoa.
Just because it's day 5, or day 4 for us, whether I've got used to this more and I've enjoyed it more, but I've definitely enjoyed the time on harbour.
Yeah. No, I think
The most out of it.
the trail's a bit more forgiving. They're faster. Pretty much.
That's a good point.
Pretty much
They're
sort
more
of.
compact, isn't they?
Yeah, there's none of that. I think day 1 and 2 they just piled all that shit on them. And these are more like the trails you get probably back home, you know, farm tracks and stuff, without the ruts.
Oh shit, should have turned my fucking ABS off.
By now I had dropped the bike a couple of times and my back was now causing me some serious problems. Every time I dropped the bike it hurt more and more. Not so much the fall itself, but recovering the bike. These bikes fully loaded are damned heavy. Problem was it was now affecting my confidence and my riding ability, and I just wasn't relaxed. A tense rider makes for a bad rider, as I was about to find out. Coming up in part 3.
Group connection lost.
Foot's trapped.
Rider A disconnected. Reconnecting.
Chris? Oh fuck.